All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back again on a Zoom meeting this time, but we're back for the
What's
Two More
going
Blocks
on,
Sports
everyone?
podcast.
Andrew, I
And
gotta say, your handwriting is not very good on this.
it's not, yeah, not on this like whiteboard thing. Now, my handwriting's just not that good in general, so. But
But
anyways,
nice to be here, even though
yeah,
it's on Zoom.
we're still on day 700 of LeBron James watch.
And it is getting more infuriating by the day.
It is, you
And
know,
if you have not seen what we were talking about earlier, is that there was apparently a little bit of a mix up that happened earlier this morning or during the late evening, the late night hours, where apparently some social media intern posted something they shouldn't have.
so what had
Being
happened?
well, what did they post again? It was the schedule,
It
right?
was it was the
Or the
LeBron James
announcing of LeBron signing.
LeBron signing for the Miami Heat on July 27th.
And then they quickly took it down, right?
They quickly took it down, and they later came out in a statement and they were like, "Well, we only planned to put that video up if LeBron signs. We have no idea if he's going to sign with us or not."
So, and I think that there was someone that earlier today went on Sports Center because they were talking about it on the radio that said they weren't sure of anything, but where there's smoke, there's fire.
I don't know. That just sounds real fishy that they posted a LeBron James press conference when clearly he hasn't made a decision, and it just seems very odd to me that this was just posted out of the blue and that you can just view this pretty much anywhere now because it's all over the internet.
Oh yeah, you can find it on any
And
social media platform. You can just
yeah,
Google it; it'll come up.
oh, it definitely will. I don't know. I just am getting real fishy here with the way that everything is being handled, considering that he hasn't made a decision. He hasn't clarified, I want to join this team or I'm interested in joining this team because, every
Or
other
at least
day,
officially.
every other day it feels like a rumor. It feels like this day, he's gonna say, you hear a report that comes out and says LeBron James will make his decision today, and then the next day or a few hours later, you're gonna hear that LeBron James has no plan to make his decision anytime soon. It's just something ridiculous. So like, Rich Paul will come out and say like, yeah, LeBron isn't interested in making a decision. He wants to wait.
Now, do you think that he has already made a decision and he just hasn't made it official
I
yet?
feel
He
like,
just
to be
hasn't
frank, I don't
stated
even
it?
know. I genuinely don't even know because there's been rumors going around how he's had conversations with Pat Riley. He's had conversation with Josh Harris actually as well.
Yeah, and he's
Um,
had conversations with like Jalen Hurts apparently and
yep.
like
He
Tyrese
had a conversation with
Maxey.
Maxie Edgecombe. He had he's talked with Pat Riley, who owns the Miami Heat, but there's also other things, and him saying like, well, if he just joins, Golden State, then he can go stay in California and his kids can go to school and, you know,
Well,
be
yeah, but
local.
it's still a far ass drive from
I was
like
gonna say,
San Francisco to
well,
LA. Like,
I mean, the dude's got the money where he could just go buy a house in San Francisco, but
oh yeah,
even then,
obviously. But the thing is like, how much does he want to uproot his daughter's life and move her, halfway across the state
yeah,
or
or even like
move
halfway
her,
across the country.
exactly, or move, yeah, the entire length of the country. If you're going to go to either Miami or to Philadelphia, you're going East Coast as you can get.
Yeah, that's the
So,
I mean, I don't know if LeBron owns a property in Miami already, or if like I have no idea that. He could have a property in Miami and say, you know what, I have a house in there. I can just sign with the Heat and just live in there for the season.
right. I mean, he's got enough money where he could buy a house anywhere the hell he wants to.
Yeah,
He could realistically go and buy a house in freaking like Belize and then just fly back on a private jet for every game, and he would
Yep.
probably have enough money to do
He probably would.
it. So, I mean, money's not really an issue in the like equation, I feel like, and hasn't either him or Rich Paul come out and stated that he's willing to sign with a team for the veteran minimum if it means that he is, deciding to
Interested in
choose
winning a
with whatever
ring.
team. Yeah. And if that's the case, then clearly money's not an issue.
Yeah,
But
clearly it's not because he's a freaking multi-billionaire. Hey,
right. And I don't know if maybe he has made a decision or he hasn't made a decision, or whether or not it's not just him that's making this decision, because there's also the possibility that it's the entire family that's making the decision, because it's not just, about playing basketball. I feel like at this point, he is 41 years old.
yeah, he'll
He
be
is going to want to
42 in
go to a
December.
place that he's going to want to probably
Retire
have his family and feel like they are
or
safe there.
have one more season and try to win a ring and call it quits afterwards because he's probably going to be retiring once the season comes to a close.
I'm not so sure about that. I don't know. I'm not so
I
convinced
don't
that
know.
this
Maybe
is
he
his
maybe
final
he says
year.
he'll do a farewell tour, but he's 30. He'll be 42. It is pretty old. I'll give him that.
Oh yeah, it's very old, but
Yeah.
it's not like his play has really. I mean, like he put up one of his best statistical number seasons of his entire career last year
Yeah.
as a 40-year-old
As a
man.
as a 40-year-old. I know. He still got it at such
Like
a
he still got
remarkable
that,
age. Yeah.
which is remarkable. Like
Hmm.
realistically, looking at how good he was last year, he could probably play another like 3 seasons, don't you think?
I definitely
Like
think
he's
he's
got
still
more
got a
than
lot
one.
left. He's got a lot left in the tank. I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Hmm.
he could realistically play more than one. So if he really wanted to ring chase, he could just sign with the Sixers for 1 year and then wait the next, let Zuri and the family continue being out in California.
Yep.
And then next season, maybe they all go to Cleveland or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe if he wins a ring with the Sixers, he comes back to the Sixers.
Right. But I'm not entirely convinced that it's going to be his final year.
Yeah, that's a decision for him to sign. So
But there's definitely been a lot of rumors, and it doesn't really seem like we're getting an answer anytime soon.
no, I don't feel
And
like we are. I feel like this is
with
gonna
how this
drag
is
on
like,
for a while.
yeah, it's definitely going to go on for a while.
Yeah.
And like with how this has played out so theatrically, I feel like it's going to be another one of those, you know, he makes his decision on live television or something like that again, where it's more than just like, oh, here's a Shams tweet at like 8:30 at night, LeBron
Mhm.
signing here.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's played him and like Rich Paul and his team and the league has all played this up to be probably something where in advance LeBron has already made his decision, but he's going to be announcing it, you know, Friday night at 6 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll actually make like another like the decision, but
I don't know if it'll be like a whole like 30-minute thing, but like he might join, Sports Center or something like that, or ESPN to
yeah, he might.
announce it live.
Hmm.
Because I feel like just a tweet coming out at like 8 o'clock or something like that, or 9 o'clock on a random, Tuesday night is very
Yeah, it just feels like odd to me.
not LeBron.
I feel
You
like
know
this
what I
is gonna
mean?
be up to LeBron to announce his full destination.
Like he does like to be theatrical. He does
Yeah.
like to be, like a showman,
Hmm.
essentially. So there's no official word on anything like that happening or being planned, as far as I know. But it wouldn't put it past me if it's more than just a hey, here's a Shams tweet. Now, maybe he doesn't go on TV. Maybe it's something that, you know, oh, LeBron will be announcing it on a podcast with so and so, or something to that effect, or his barbershop show.
Yeah, I really don't know. It feels like anything is up in the air for LeBron to make his decision because this is, once in a lifetime free agency right here. It's not often you see a player like LeBron James hitting free agency.
No, typically they get locked up before they get that chance.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he obviously likes being in free agency, I feel like, because he's what hit free agency. Is this time number 4 or 5?
This is time 4, I believe.
So he does like being, courted by all the teams. I feel like it's probably more. It feels like that is more like LeBron to me than him downplaying it. Like he would
Yeah.
rather have all the hype leading up to the season, like, oh,
Mhm.
where's he gonna go? Rather than people already knowing where he's going and then they're not talking about him for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, because once LeBron makes his decision, it'll basically just be I don't even really know. It'll basically just be like, well, he's made his decision. Now we can all stop, complaining about it.
Yeah, now we can all stop, waiting on it and
Hmm.
we can move on with the rest of our lives and we can move on with the rest of, you know, the sports world
Yep.
and the NBA can finally make their schedule and we'll have an actual start date for opening
Yeah.
night and
So
who's going to play.
we'll just have to see what the schedule is like and how he's going to be able to where he's going to be. I mean, even if the Sixers don't get LeBron, they still have a fantastic chance of competing in the East, and we all know that.
Yeah, they still, without LeBron, because of the Jaylen Brown trade, because of the moves that they have made to shore up, the big man. And when Joel's not going to be out there on the floor, I do like Hakporty. So I'm excited to see what they're going to look like, even without LeBron. But definitely adding LeBron would just put the icing right on top of the cake.
100%. The cherry on top.
Exactly. So I would still like our chances without him, but we would definitely go from, contenders to favorites if he decided to come here.
Yeah, we definitely would.
You know who else is still trying to make a decision?
Who is? Who, Dave
Oh,
Dombrowski?
well, Dave Dombrowski needs to make multiple
He
decisions,
does
as
need to
well
make
as the
multiple
entire Phillies organization,
decisions. He does need to make multiple decisions.
because with how they faltered this week and with I know that it's just a one-off thing, but with how that game ended last night,
That was a comical way to end the game. And I turned the game on. It's the ninth inning, and I'm like, they're losing. So I'm just sitting back, and then they get 2 base hits. I'm like, all right, they got something going. And then I watch that, and I'm like, this is why I don't watch this team anymore. Because of shit like this.
and it's surprising seeing it from JT of all people, I feel like.
I
And
mean, both of them were idiots. They both of them should have just stayed at their respective bags. Instead, Crawford takes off and tries to go for home. I immediately knew he was going to get caught. And then
yeah, that was just
JT's sitting on third, so he's just chilling there. But instead, he just runs back to second base for no
like,
reason.
why did he run back to
He just
second base?
ran back for no reason. That was
Like,
ridiculous.
especially because like you can look back and see that Brandon Marsh is also sitting halfway in between first and second, waiting to try and see if they're gonna potentially move to get him in a rundown, and Crawford can potentially either get home or make it back to third. But Crawford needed to just accept the point that he probably should have just ran into the out after
He
JT got to third
Crawford
and
could have
just
just stayed
accepted
at.
it.
I even think that what was JT on second base at that point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he was.
JT was on second and
He
like
was on
went to
second,
third and he
and
made it.
Crawford was on third. So honestly, you could have just had JT and Crawford on second and third with
Exactly.
with one out or whatever, how much outs there were, because Brandon Marsh was going to be out regardless.
Yeah, so it was second and third with one out. So Brandon Marsh hits that. You okay,
You
number
could have just
one,
stayed
why are
there.
you running on contact with one
Yeah,
out?
there's two. You run on contact with two outs, not one out. Like,
I understand that Justin Crawford is fast, so maybe you want to be aggressive and take advantage of the speed and potentially try to force a bad throw home or something like that, make the other team make a play. But you have to realize that that ball was not hit weak enough in order for you to run on contact. And when the ball actually gets hit hard, you freeze, especially when you're on third, down by a run with one out. And you shouldn't just be running on contact. Now, whether or not that was a decision that was made by Justin Crawford or by the third base coach or by Don Mattingly, we don't know.
yeah, we don't know.
So if that was a managerial thing where Don Mattingly instructed all runners to run on contact, that's a blame on the manager at that point because players are just doing what they're told to do. And you should know from a managerial perspective that you need to wait until there's two outs to be running on contact.
Mm-hmm. You don't run on contact with one out. This the how did they lose the game two of the division series last season? How did they lose the game two?
Base running
Base
mistake
running.
not
And how
if
did they
I'm
lose
not
game two of the
mistaken, right?
series here to the base running?
So hopefully they are able to pull out the win tonight and steal the series against LA.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't look really likely because you know who's pitching on the mound.
Yeah, I know.
Good old Nola.
So it's probably gonna be 6-0 by the third inning
Yep,
or six to
probably.
one. So it's probably going to be another rough night for the Phillies. Another series lost. So it's going to be two straight losing series out of the All Star break.
Then you got to play the Yankees. Got to go and play the Yankees, which is not going to be,
Any
no.
easier.
Yeah, not at all.
And you still have glaring holes on this team. And the fact that you make that type of mistake against the Dodgers, against a team that you can't give extra outs, and the amount of extra outs that they have given the Dodgers over this series, it's astonishing they haven't lost both games and they haven't been clobbered.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they had a good outing from who pitched on Monday night. I think it was Christopher Sanchez, and he was fine. And then
Yeah.
the bullpen came and gave up a million runs. But
There was a lot of pitchers used by both teams in that game because
there
that's
was
the game that they
that
had
was
the
the
rain
game.
delay, right?
Yeah, that was the 10-7 rain delay or whatever.
Yeah. So that's why, you didn't get more than because Sanchez only went what, like 5 innings, I think.
Yeah, then they pulled him, and then I think Kirkland gave up a couple runs, and then that's when Turner hit a home run before he blew it. Before they
Yeah.
blew the game open. Yeah.
Now, it is interesting to note that Turner has been making all of these mistakes in the field and yet is mashing at the plate.
Yeah, he's been hitting pretty well since the after the All-Star break, which I think is
Yeah,
good
I
for
think
me.
he's got
His
what,
fielding
5
needs
home runs now
his
since the
fielding needs
All-Star
to be
break?
improved, but so according to Jeff Passan, the Phillies are expected to be adding aggressively at the trade deadline.
How are you going to add aggressively? You have no one to trade.
Yeah, I know. Really, who are we going to trade here? I mean, if you're really if you're talking about adding aggressively, then the Phillies are going to have to go all in at the trade deadline. I mean, there's really no way
Meaning
that
the entire farm system's going to have to
you're
go.
gonna sit here and add aggressively when you have a bottom ranked farm system. You basically have to go all in because you can't be holding onto this farm system, knowing the history of your prospects. Look at how Andrew Painter turned out. He's struggling in AAA. Look how Crawford turned out, okay. Aiden Miller can't even walk because of his freaking back. The only
Yeah,
guy
and
you
he's not
really
going to play
have is
baseball
like
again until who knows
McFarland,
when.
who they called up for
Well, I think he was what, like number
Mc,
17 on the list or
McFarland, who
something like
throws
that?
102 in AAA. And then you have what's his face, Gage Wood. That's about it.
Yeah. And maybe you can get something for Gage Wood
Yeah,
and,
but it's going to be
another
highly,
prospect.
highly unlikely.
But I
I
don't
don't
know
think they're
how
going to
much you're
trade
going to get
Gage Wood. I think they're just going
for
to hold on to.
McFarland.
I would trade Aiden Miller. I'm not going to hold on to him. I'd say you got to get a damn player. Like
Yeah, the fact that they have just no pitching depth whatsoever,
they
and
really
there's
don't,
no
and
one in the farm
it's like
system, who are
it's
you going
getting
to trade
worse.
away?
Like, dude, you have Alvarado who's been stinking up everything. You have Banks. Both of them have
Like,
an ERA over 7. You have what's his face?
there's literally no one that they have that they can call up.
You have Keller who's injured for the rest of the season. Yeah, and
You have
probably
Seth
the rest of next
Johnson.
season. Yeah, you have Seth Johnson. That's about it.
You've got Ranhell. You've got
The dude that catches a bus at AAA after every single game.
like this is all they have. Like the fact that they don't have just someone who is even on the prospect of being a riser is
It's bad.
laughable.
I mean, that's why I'm saying you have to go all in because I mean, what else can you really do?
Well, you can't rely on internal promotion.
You can't rely on that for a playoff contender. You can't rely on, internal everything. The bench is
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, and they're trying to make some moves by calling up what's his face, De La Cruz, and they're like, we're just gonna play Stubbs on the IL because instead of releasing him because he sucks, we're gonna place him on the IL because we need Mr. Vibes on our team.
Yeah, I know. They need the cheerleader
They need Marshawn who's batting like 091 or something like that. I don't even know.
where it's literally like he's unplayable,
He is. He's unplayable.
which is why JT has to catch so much.
I mean, JT's used to it, but they need a lot of things. They need they need backup catcher. They need a bullpen. They need like 2 bullpen arms, a starting pitcher, an outfielder. I mean, they dead ass need to trade like a bunch of prospects if they're gonna
Yeah,
want to have at least a shot of making this because this is probably the last chance,
or one of the last
one of
chances
the
that they're
last
going to have.
chances to be, winning a ring. Or else if they don't pull something off within this season or next season, it's gonna be like freaking Ruben Amaro all over again, where you go to the ballpark on a Tuesday night and you're barely getting like 10,000 people into the stands.
And that was a horrible time.
That was a horrible time to be a Phillies fan.
Yeah, Phillies baseball, because going to that stadium was so like disappointing.
It was.
Like they just lost all the time. There was no one there. Just wasn't a good atmosphere,
Like
you
they
know?
cannot let that happen again. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, and the fact that they haven't been able to draft or develop like any prospects basically over the past 10 years.
They haven't been able to draft or develop anybody. They haven't been able to give anyone a good contract because I mean, look who's pitching tonight on a ludicrous contract.
Yep, we got another 6 more years of this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Hip hip hooray.
We got another 9 years of Trey Turner,
Oh, great.
or 8 years, right?
Yeah. 7 years of Turner and like 5 years of Schwarber, who's fine. I don't really, Schwarber's fine, but
Yeah, Schwarber's fine.
they're going to be, if they don't win a World Series, they're going to be stuck in contract purgatory with freaking
All
guys.
those freaking 38-year-old
Yep.
people.
Coming out to taking the field and walkers and wheelchairs and canes.
Like maybe some of them will just retire and you'll be able to,
Eat the
you know,
contract.
just eat the contract and move on. But
Like,
that's what we're going to be hoping for, probably.
yeah.
Like, is anyone going to be sitting here hoping to see Trey Turner play until he's 41?
Yeah. He's
Like,
walking out onto the field with a freaking cane. Like,
like Trey Turner's 34 right now, isn't he?
he's 33.
Yeah, 33. So another 7 years, he's going to be 40. We're really going to be selling out Citizens Bank Park to
Yep, for
see
a
a
40-year-old Trey
40-year-old Trey
Turner.
Turner, a 39 or 40-year-old Bryce Harper,
The
a
Phillies are listed.
39-year-old Kyle Schwarber.
The Phillies are listed for 10 players.
Like,
So the Phillies are listed for 10 players from Jeff Pass. Tark Skubal, Byron Buxton, Mason Miller, Shea Langoliers, Hunter Goodman, Adley Rutschman, Jung-Hoo Lee, Aroldis Chapman, Isak Paredes, and Seiya Suzuki. And Byron Buxton has already come out and said he's not getting traded. He's vetoing his no trade clause for any team. And the same thing with Tark Skubal. He said he's not going to be getting traded anytime soon. And all these guys I just mentioned here are teams that are going to want highly talented prospects and, almost major league ready. I mean,
yeah. And
and
if
you
not
just have to
major league
trade.
ready, then they're
You
going
just,
to want a boatload of them.
yeah, and you just have to trade Andrew Painter, dude, because I'm not. This guy is a 7 ERA in the major leagues, and knowing the Phillies' luck, he will be a star in whatever other team dude plays for.
But he would suck if he got called up by us again.
Yep. Dude would
But
give up like 7 runs in 2 innings, but against the back against the Phillies, who throw 8 innings of only 2 hits and no runs.
so I don't really see a path forward that's going to fix all of the holes that they have. Like,
No.
they're going to have maybe one or two. Like, realistically, how many players are they going to actually be able to trade for?
I was gonna say I don't know. Like
If they're listed for all those players, there's no way that they're going to get all 10. They're going to get like two of them.
they might get 2 of them. That's the thing. They might get 2 of them.
Right. Like, and also, why are you targeting Mason Miller? You have Johans around.
I don't know why they're targeting Mason Miller. I guess they really scared about the bullpen. They want to add like 2 elite closers. I mean, the Padres said they want 2 top 100 prospects.
But like the thing is why are you going to take one of your closers and bring them out of the closer role where
Yeah,
that is clearly where they
unless you could do
pitch
like
their best?
it just seems odd to me.
It doesn't make any sense
I
to
feel
me.
like they're just
Same
gonna
with like
get.
Aroldis Chapman.
I feel like this deadline, they're just gonna grab more minor pieces that are not. I wouldn't per se like needle movers, but something that's gonna contribute in some way, but it's not gonna contribute enough once it comes to the postseason.
Like a Harrison Bader trade.
Yeah, like a Harrison Bader type of trade,
Something where you're, some
or
guy that's had a good year
yeah,
or
some guys had a good year, but once it's come around for the postseason, this guy isn't gonna be game changing.
right. He's just going to be another guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or he's not going to be there at all, as is
He's
the case
not.
with Harrison Bader.
Yep, or we're just gonna leave him for agency the following off season if we even have an off season.
Yeah, that's another
Off season might last into
conversation.
July.
That's
Yeah,
that's a whole other conversation.
that is a whole other conversation, and that will be a whole other conversation for next time because I am running out of time on the Zoom meeting because I am poor. So we'll see you guys hopefully back into the studio in the coming weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully next week. That would be nice.